So, Brian, it doesn't sound like the belongings are still with the vehicle, but it doesn't sound like they know if the women have their belongings on them. In a social media post, a family member said that the last ping of Veronica's phone was where that car was. OSBI wouldn't confirm or deny that. But, I wanted to know, was the car out of gas? Did it have tires that, had been slashed? What would have caused these women to leave? And it doesn't seem like any of that was the case, because he said they were trying to figure out why they would have left the vehicle.
Very, very strange. Do we know, much more about these women? Were they longtime friends? There's a bit of an age difference. I think it's about 12 years between the two of them. What do we know about them and their relationship?
We don't know a ton. We do know that Veronica and Jillian were friends. How good of friends they were is a little bit of a mystery as well. Determining what their relationship is something investigators are looking into, is one of the first things they were trying to figure out. So we know they are friends. We know that Jillian, they're from the same area. They live in the same area. Jillian's husband is a preacher, and that she was helping Veronica with this ride to apparently go either visit her children or pick up her children. What they were doing there is unclear, but we know, Brian, that they did not get to their destination.
Do we know anything about their significant others, Caitlyn?
It's interesting. That is one of the first questions I asked investigators, and they said that they're looking into, of course, everyone. They're looking into all of their friends and family, everyone who is close with them. But of course, I wanted to know, are you looking at significant others or perhaps exes? But we don't know anything about that, other than the fact that Jillian's husband is a preacher. And so, of course, we know his name and who he is, and they're all sharing these missing persons flyers, trying to get more information about their whereabouts. But aside from that, who investigators are looking into, it seems like it's everyone at this moment.
Yeah, and that's typically the case. But, you have to wonder. I was listening carefully to your interview with police. You have to wonder if they know more right now, because they're really not sharing very much, and something does seem strange. The car, was it just abandoned? It was just basically abandoned on the side of the road? Is that?
That's exactly right. It was abandoned on the side of the road. The state the car was in, we have no idea. I wanted to know, were the doors open? Was the car running? Did it have gas in it? He really couldn't tell me anything, but he did give me a little bit of information that we had not previously learned. We don't know the make or model of the car, but I was told that it was a small blue SUV. So they're looking for tips from anyone. So this is a really rural area. There is nothing around. They don't have surveillance footage, CCTV footage, eyewitnesses, neighbors, businesses. The things that investigators usually rely on, they really don't have. So anyone in this area that saw a small blue SUV that day is really encouraged to call with any information they have. Brian, you know as well as I do, you may not think what you know is important, but it may be crucial.
Yeah, of course. One thing I noticed on the missing poster, I was looking at it earlier, says to call police or tribal authorities. I'm assuming, is that because there's like an Indian reservation nearby?
Yeah, there's reservation lands that are nearby. Whether or not the car was abandoned specifically on one is something that they wouldn't confirm. But OSBI did say that multiple law enforcement agencies are all working on this. So the reservation authorities, as well as local PD and the OSBI, are all kind of working to find these women. But he did also mention that the tips have been rolling in as soon as they kind of went public with this missing persons case. And he said, in no uncertain terms, they believe these women are in danger right now. So if you know anything, saw anything, think you know anything, call them, call in a tip, get a hold of law enforcement.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't sound good. Let's hope for a positive outcome. We'll stay on it. All right, Caitlyn, thank you so much.
Thanks,
it's good
Brian.
seeing you. Coming up next, the latest WWE bombshell. By the way, there's the tip number there for if you know those women.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.